Beats Planet.
What y'all know about that 22K, dog? Man, it's Vash Lombardi. Doski Woski, and I'm excited than a motherfucker right now, man. Whew. Damn. Let me cut my California love. Let me say this, man. It's a very humbling experience right now. Very humbling. As I salute my chat box. I'm going to get to y'all in a second. Very humbling experience right now, you know. I would say and lie and be like, man, I had no idea this was going to happen. But no. We worked hard, man. We worked hard to build this thing. We put in a lot of man hours. Steven Benzik puts in a lot of man hours, dropping a dub in the super chat. Salute to you, sir. A lot of late nights, a lot of nights after the day job, coming home, putting together film just to have it out by 7 in the morning. A lot of work has gone into this. And to see it pay off is amazing. It's dope. It's one of those top tier feelings, you know. Small town, Natchez, Mississippi, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's where I come from. You see it on my shirt sometime. I wore it on my shorts one time. Constantly shouted out. That's where I come from. Small town. Small town in Mississippi. Southwest Mississippi. Right on the river. And to be there, to come from there, a city with not a lot. Salute to Coach Evans. Coach Evans know where I'm coming from. Coach Evans in the super chat. Coach Evans know where I'm coming from. From this small town in Southwest Mississippi, right on the river. Not a lot of diversity in the town. Not a lot of traffic in the town. You walk around my town, and you tell people, "Hey, I'm a podcaster." They go, "What's a podcast?" I gotta explain podcast as online radio. They don't. People from my city don't. They may not know. What it means to be a YouTuber. Whatever. But to come from there and to be at 22,000 salutes, 22,000 daps, 22,000 hugs from supporters, from the real folk. It's dope, man. It's a dope feeling. It's amazing. It's top tier. I want to say thanks. Man. I know a lot of people that don't miss streams. They don't miss videos. They definitely hit the bell next to the subscribe button so they know when I drop random ass videos in the middle of the week just like this. And they watch every film session. They could be a Lions fan and they'll still watch a DeMarcus Lawrence film session, or they'll be a Patriots fan. But they'll still watch the Myles Garrett video knowing he's going to be number 1 overall. Like, I can't do this without y'all. It just don't work without y'all. So major salutes to y'all. Because y'all changing my life and you don't even know it. With that being said, let's keep it consistent, though. Scroll up this daggone box here. Let me scroll it. Let me see. Who was first, man? Let me scroll it. I know cool ass Drake Holiday wasn't first. Hell no. I know cool ass Drake wasn't first. Cool ass Drake, you first. What? Salute. O'Deezy, Nappy Head Ed, Cullen Klein. Been a while, Cullen Klein. Did I unblock you on Snapchat yet, Cullen Klein? Dwayne Brown, what's cracking like it? Steven Benzik, you're a legend, sir, but you already know. Shirts on the way, don't trip. Ja Camara, what's happening? Tony Castillo. Flames King Kid. What up, Italian Cowboy? Italian Cowboy don't miss a stream. He don't even watch. He don't even watch. He don't play fantasy football. But even when I do fantasy stuff, he watch anyway, just to support. Just to support. Rikyu Azure. What's happening, man? Zamar, Comrade Tokyo. Go download his mixtape. Check him out on Twitter. Michael Battle. What's up in here? JD up in here. What up, JD? Lieutenant Dan up in here. Go check his channel out. Unintentional Grounder. What up? Justin McKenzie up in here. Don't forget about the Steven Benzic and Coach Evans Super Chat, man. Go check out Coach Evans' podcast, man. Sip to Tally. Like Mississippi to Tallahassee, Florida, right? And I was on episode 3, so if you want to hear a little background story about Vach Lombardi and how his playing days were, go check out the Sip to Tally podcast. I'll type it in the Sip to Tally pod. It's definitely on SoundCloud. Just go check it out and tell me what y'all think of it. Miss April Staten, salute to you. Dropping a dub in the super chat. Thank you. You make being a Cowboys fan fun and intelligent. I'm no longer a peanut gallery watcher. Thank you so much, Miss April. Sheila in the chat box. Matthias Brass, what's up, man? Go hard for home. Salute to all y'all for coming in tonight, man. Just wanted to make this, set this live stream up a little bit just to mingle with the people. Part of this thing is me, this my way to give back to the people, kind of, sort of. There are other draft people or personalities or podcasters or YouTubers, and I don't think they have a direct line to the people. Ninja Nuts, what's happening? They don't have a direct line to the people. People have questions. People have concerns. People have requests, and they don't necessarily have a direct line to them. I open up this live stream to let anybody say whatever they want to me. I'm Vach Lombardi, man. I ain't nothing special. Like, I have gone from Vach Lombardi to Vach Lombardi. Like, I have evolved in that way, but I'm still me, man. Let's talk about it, man. Whatever y'all want to talk about, I'm here to talk about it. I'm showing the chat box love, and I'm showing the actual stream love. You know what I'm saying? You can call into the show 515-739-1285, access code 309-104. You can call into the show, say what's up, kick it, ask a question. You can call me out on something if you want to. Whatever you want to do, you can do your thing, man. OG Sandman, what's up, man? He calls me Knowledge. He don't even call me Vach. He just calls me Knowledge, man. That's fire, man. Victor the Comedian, what's up? Keep up the good work. Will do, man. 100% time out. Let me hit that button and let me do that and let me mute everybody. Now I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to cut that up. 936, what's crackin'?
Hey, what's going on, man? My name is Sharon. First time calling in, man.
What up?
To you and everybody for the last year or so, give or take.
What up, though, man? What you got for the show? Thanks for calling, bro.
I appreciate you taking the call, man. Been waiting a minute for this one. So I got 2 quick questions for you.
Okay.
Before anything, just want to say, man, I do definitely give you mad respect out of everybody so far. I really like your game breakdown, your film, and whatnot. For a guy at your age, man, you definitely have more knowledge than the average bear, So props to you on that.
Salute, man. Salute.
All right. So, anyway, 2 quick questions. We've been talking about, like, all these topics of, like, need and stuff, all these positions that we need, this and that, whether it's safety, defensive line, receiver, and whatnot. This one seems to kind of be an off topic that nobody talks about, and I've kind of wondered, You remember last year after Dan Bailey got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he came back, he kind of fell off a good bit, He kind of went from Mr. Automatic to Mr. Nomadic real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't help but wonder, do you think that maybe we should be a little concerned about that? Because you know how they say about kickers, man, when they lose it mentally, they usually lose it, you know what I'm saying? So do you think that should be a topic of concern at all?
The one thing that gives me optimism is that he had a groin injury and he kind of rushed back to try to be Savior Dan Bailey. So if he's
Yeah.
missing kicks because his groin hurt, look, man. If I pull my groin, I'm not trying to kick nothing. I'm not trying to sit down nowhere. I'm not trying to run to the store. I'm not trying to climb in a truck or nothing. Let alone kick 50-yard field goals. So,
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's
so
kind of what I was thinking. Maybe he did rush back, so I feel you on that.
right.
Okay. Well,
However,
all right, so,
as a Cowboys fan, we take good kickers and we ruin them, whether it be Grammatica or Nick Folk or
David Wood.
you know what I'm saying? Vanderjack.
Yeah.
We just take guys and they just turn trash for whatever reason. So I hope Dan Bailey. I hope that didn't happen to him. But what's your other question?
Yeah, believe me, I pray to God that it works out because he's definitely Mr. Automatic for a reason. So I'm hoping the best. I just thought it was kind of weird that nobody's been talking about that a little bit. And of all the things that we preach about, complain about. Anyway, so on that same note, okay, so you remember when Dan Bailey got hurt against the 49ers,
Right.
and we brought in Jeff Heath, obviously by force.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, obviously he's not a very accurate kicker, but he has a pretty powerful leg.
Yeah.
So I know this would never happen, but I just want to see, maybe you can get a feel for me here. What if, I know it won't happen, but what if we were to plug in Jeff Heath for kickoffs? One, that kind of spares Dan Bailey from having to risk getting hurt anymore, or just causing less risk of injury. And two, that gives us one extra guy out there, a hard hitter that can pursue the returner, and then we can fill his space in with somebody else that can pursue him. From a strategy standpoint, I feel like that would be kind of pretty smart.
If this was Madden, that's 100% something I would do. But hey man, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I haven't created a kicker with 99 kick power and accuracy, but he could tackle his ass off and run. I'm not gonna act like I never did that. So it would be fly.
It never would happen, but it's just if you think about it, it's it would just, he's got a strong enough leg to get it down the field, so it's why not have one more hard hitter out there? But I know it would never happen, but I just thought it was an interesting theory.
It would 100% never happen, but it made me smile a little bit. Hey man, appreciate you, bro. What's your name again so I can plug you in, Platinum?
It's Jaren. It's Jarren. I don't have any different names and shit. When you see me in the chat box, it'll just say Jaren McCartney. So.
That's all good. I'm plugging you in. You're a platinum caller now, so next time you call in, you go to the top of the list. Salute, brother.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. 22,000. We got another super. I'm stupid. We got a super chat from a man, B Wee. Let me tell you something about B Wee. And this is why I'm so proud of me because I think I'm really good at remembering people, and that kind of connects us in a certain type of way. B Wee first saw me on Law Nation's podcast, I believe. Like Mark Holmes, something like that. And he basically hopped on the comment section, like, fam, everything you say to the 80% is basically how I feel. You just saying it for me. I'm living through you versus the 80%. So salute to B Wee for just finding me, for just coming on my channel, for just catching a live stream for the first time and dropping a dime in the super chat. Salute to you, B Wee. What else we got up in here? We got another phone call. Let's run it for the cardio. 301, who this?
Joe, what up, Fox? This is Aaron holding down for the Dosky Wolski and the PSC. What up?
Hey, 22,000. What up, man? What you got for the show?
All right. Just got two quick questions for you, man. There, for one, I can't wait for you to drop the Dexter Lawrence film session. That's going to be a fun one to do.
Who?
And number two, Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle.
Oh, it's on the way. It's on the way. Hang tight. It's on the way.
All right. And number two, there, how do you think the effect of not having Julian Edelman for the first 4 games for the PET is really going to affect him for the Patriots? Because the fact about that going up against cats like A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey, especially in week 2, that's going to really affect the Patriots because that you got a whole bunch of improved wide receivers that the Patriots have, like Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson is mainly used for the kickoffs. Now, Cordell Patterson, I think, can be used well, but he still is unfamiliar with the Patriots system. That the Patriots, that game in general, week 2, is going to really decide things for the AFC, and not a lot of people are talking about that.
Man, Tom Brady ain't gonna miss no step, man. You know who we talking about? We talk about. I stopped betting against Tom Brady a long time ago, and I know he just lost to the Eagles, but I don't really care because if the Patriots would have played a little more defense, this wouldn't be. I ain't gonna hate on the Eagles or whatever, but it is what it is. But I don't bet against Tom Brady no more. I'm not gonna bet against him until he walks out the door and be like, all right, y'all, I'm good. So if Julian Edelman sits down, man, look, somebody gonna step up, man. They just drafted a kid from Miami, a short white kid that runs routes really well from Miami. So I ain't really worried about it, man.
Yeah, Braxton Berrios.
Berrios.
They're very much trying to get their next Wes Welker for like a couple of years. Like Julian Edelman was their guy, but then ever since they lost Danny Amendola, and now Julian Edelman is going to be shifted to the outside, and that's going to be hard for Edelman for a guy transitioning from the slot to the outside.
Damn it, they can put damn I don't know who the hell playing defense for y'all these days, but they can put the kicker at receiver, man. It's Tom Brady. I trust him. We ain't even gotta. I don't even want to lean into what if Tom Brady can't get it done conversation. I want to see him. I actually want to see him break down on TV before I start betting against the guy. Don't trip, man.
It's like you're talking about Kostowski's inaccurate asset couldn't get it done in the Super Bowl.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I got to see it happen.
Yeah,
I got to see it happen. What else you got for the show?
All right, there's also it's going to be interesting for when you do the quick looks of the secondary, especially there for when getting to the only two corners that matter. The guy of George forget his name, and of course Greedy Williams from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I know how much of a hassle it is for you to do the breakdowns on the secondary.
Yeah, it's very early in the process, and some of the number one guys at certain positions now are gonna be like undrafted guys in April. So normally quick look season, I normally save that for the biggest of big names that I really have the most faith about, and then when film season comes around, that's when I drop full blown film sessions on as many people as I possibly can. But Greedy Williams, he has a great name, but nah, fam, I'll wait it out. December. No. Let's go February. I'll drop a Greedy Williams film in February.
Yeah, and I know I love you're talking about your offensive line. You definitely should take a look at this guy named Von Swale, I think his name is. I think
who?
They're either plays tackle both on Swale. They're the tackle or guard, I think, is from the University of Wisconsin. And the dude is huge there, and definitely know that you're definitely getting a good offensive line that's coming from the University of Wisconsin. It's actually considering they run block like 80% of the time because they hardly pass if ever.
You say his name is Von Schway? What's his name?
Yeah, it's a confusing last name.
Say it again.
It's like you look, Bo Von Swale there. I'm looking out there right now. There on my computer there as you speak, but he is a big offensive attack. As a matter of fact, he is a guard. So his last name is spelled BENZSCHAWEL. That's his last name.
Von Schwell. What is that? Leather?
11 letters for his last name.
I got a pair of those.
He's a really good guard.
I got a pair of those Von Schwells in my closet. Yeah, I got some of those. Yeah, I got you. I probably ain't doing a quick look on him neither. but like I say, man, we'll see. We'll see. Closer to December, January, we'll see. I'll definitely get into that.
All right, Sarah's gonna head off, boss. Keep holding it down for the Posty Woasty and the PC Weezy, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. 22. Holla at you. Oh, man. Coach Evans said he stepped his game up. Let me scroll back up so I can see exactly where. Cool. Sip the Tally Podcast is also on YouTube, SoundCloud, Anchor, Sticker, and Pocket Cast. Better than me. And he waiting on that iTunes email. So go check out episode 3 with Vach Lombardi. I tell good stories on there. And I'm passionate. And we got Miss Tasha in the building. Hey, Miss Tasha, what up, man? And what else? Andrew, you better get back to that honey. Now, let me scroll up and see who the hell Andrew is. Yo, Voch, I'm such a fan of your work. I'm watching your live stream while on my honeymoon. For what? Salute, sir. Put the mainstream guys out of business. Hey, man, you better get back to your new wife, dog. Congratulations, man. Happy you found peace in this world, bro. Salute. Ben Schwa. Yeah, he need a nickname. Boy, he gonna need a nickname. Ain't nobody got time for. Hell nah. Hell nah, boy. Cool ass Drake said, don't even act like you don't wear designer clothing. Well, I just don't. 254, who this? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, boss, man? This is Casey, bud. I go by the handle Working Class Cowboys on YouTube, man.
Hey, Working Class
man,
Cowboy. What up, man?
What's up? Yeah, I think you know who I am, man. I was down there in Dallas on the draft with you, Mark's big shindig, bud.
100%.
I was down there the whole time. But anyway, man, huge fan. Been watching you for a long time, man. But I want to talk about our Cowboys, man.
Let's run it.
All right, man. Listen, I've been dying to get on with you, man, and ask you this question, man. Do you really honestly think, looking at the talent we have in this backfield, man, do you think Chris Richard is really going to make a big difference this year in year one?
I tell
you.
You,
think we're going to see a better product on the field?
I tell you what, man, Chris Belichick, Richard, man, like Cowboys fans love them some damn Chris Richard, boy. He's the new coming. He's gonna fix this whole thing. I will say, we were a tad bit of coaching away from having a pretty solid secondary. The secondary was cool, but I think what Chris Richard is going to do is he's going to instill his philosophy. Last year, Eberflus did the passing game stuff or whatever, and he was very bend, don't break type of guy. We have aggressive corners now. Our corners have skill set to be aggressive, man, angry, in your face. You know, don't give up a lot of ground guys. And we may give up some big plays this year. Get ready for it. We're gonna get, but with aggression, we'll get more turnovers. So I think Chris Richard should get a lot of credit for the mentality that we're gonna bring to the game. If you watch Seattle when Sean Alexander was on the team, that's a very calm, polite defense full of gentlemen. But if you look at the Legion of Boom years, those guys talking crazy, they bumping helmets with people, they making tackles, they celebrating on people's home field. It's all about temperament. You can't coach temperament and tempo. You know what I mean? Some people just got to have that. So I think he's telling guys like Cheeto, you a gangster. Open up a little bit. Like, I ain't gonna tell you to walk up and try to punk nobody or put your helmet in people, but I know it's in you. Feel free to do that. Byron Jones is a gentleman, so I don't see him necessarily doing that. But Jordan is a gangster. Frazier is a gangster. Wood is a gangster. So what we see now is he's letting these guys open up a little bit, and I think it's a lot more trust in that DB room. They say, hey man, go for the swat, go for the interception, bring me the ball, go out there, get the ball and bring it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna yield, temperament, man. We always got the skill. We got skill. We're younger. We're faster. But temperament is a big key to everything.
But to that end, do you think we have the talent right now to make that a reality?
Well, Cheeto had a pretty good freshman campaign, but injury and all that. And I can say the same for Jordan Lewis. Training camp is going to be very interesting. I think Cheeto is locked in at that left spot. Who's going to play right spot? Is it going to be Byron? Is it going to be Jordan? I think you can, Byron, but, and then somebody's got to play, nickel receiver. So, but I do think we have the talent to get it done, and everybody big but Jordan Lewis. like I saw this pitch on Cowboys.com. Everybody about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what I like.
And that's on purpose. And Jordan Lewis is small, but he angry and he plays long, so he can keep up too. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what we can do, man. But they definitely have the talent to get it done. I think so.
Well, last question, man, for you real quick. Hey, what's your take on Jeff Heath, man? You ain't one of these guys that's on the I hate Jeff Heath train, are you?
I don't hate Jeff Heath. I don't hate Jeff Heath because he leads our team in interceptions and he's as clutch as we got. You know what I mean? He's
a playmaker.
He is a playmaker. However,
I've been saying that for the longest time, man. Anybody who would listen.
However, he just needs to be a tad bit more consistent because every time you see players like whenever somebody burnt Brandon Carr, you see Jeff Heath behind him going, damn, clapping his hands and cussing, looking at the ground. So if Jeff Heath can just focus more on keeping the ball and keeping everything in front of him and breaking when appropriate, Heath will be better. Plus, here's a big plus. The cornerbacks in front of Heath are better now. You know what I mean? So Heath won't always be in compromising positions. Brandon Carr used to get lit up all the time, and with Heath, they would get lit up together. So with guys playing, with guys like Cheeto, with Jordan, with Byron, with them playing up and physical and aggressive, quarterbacks are going to have to make different types of throws to try to get the ball in better position. And I think that'll help Jeff just a tad bit positioning-wise.
Yeah, man, that was it. Just wanted to ask you those questions, man. Let me get this out there, man. Let's go Cowboys. All right, let's wreck this freaking league this year. I think we got a squad that's gonna get something done this year. So hey, let's go Cowboys. Thanks for having me on, bud.
Hell yeah, salute Cowboy up 22,000. Peace. Hell yeah. Y'all like how I'm closing the conversation with 22,000. Hey, Miss Tasha, what you doing? I don't want to talk to nobody else. Something like cool ass Drake on the phone, but Miss Tasha, I just want to say hey to you in the chat, but I just want to wave at you. I just want to look at your profile picture and look at these short little comments you making about Jeffy. Hey, Miss Tasha, how you doing? What's up, Miss? That's all.
Just give him a ring, Miss Tasha.
Cool ass Drake, chill out, man. I'm 26. I got plenty of time. What up, bro?
I met on the phone.
Man, we back at it, man. It's been a while since you've been on the show, cool ass Drake.
Yeah, man. I've been going out at night, and it just lately, just the nights I'm in and the nights that you stream just haven't been lining up. But I'm on the show now.
Well, shit. Welcome back home, man. What you got for the show, man? How's it been?
It's been good. I wanted to talk about, only the most talked about thing in the whole NFL right now. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson a little bit.
That's the most talked about thing in the NFL?
It seems that way. Every time I turn on the TV, everyone's hyping up Lamar Jackson now. I'm glad everyone's hopped onto the train after the fact.
Let me ask you a question before we get going, though, cool ass Drake. How many 3-and-outs from Joe Flacco before everybody panics and we just throw in Lamar Jackson, see what we got?
I don't think that'll happen this year. I don't think that'll happen unless the season. They would have to go like 2-5 before Lamar would go in, probably.
Damn. 2-5 nasty, dog. Like people gonna start booing the hell out of people, dog. Booing the hell out that damn organization, man. Come on now.
I know, and you know that like Lamar was my favorite player from the whole last draft, and now he's on the team. But I really think the wise move and the most beneficial to Lamar even is to just let him really learn the offense and gain familiarity with the system, and let Joe. The thing is, I don't think that it's gonna start bad. I think Joe's gonna come out and play really, really well.
Man, cool ass Drake. Boy, I can see it now. Preseason gonna be coming around. Lamar Jackson gonna be playing against second stringers and basic defenses. He gonna look faster and better than everybody else. And the fans are gonna panic. Now, granted, I think you should sit Lamar Jackson down till Joe Flacco's out of Dodge, but I know how football fans work, cool ass Drake. I just know how they work.
I do too. I am with you, but I also know that the Ravens organization is they are loyal. From Ozzie Newsome down to John Harbaugh, they are loyal guys, and I really think. But the thing that sways me is I really think Joe's going to play the best he's played in years. I think he's going to play really good, actually.
Coach Evans in the chat box just said, I think Joe going to ball out because his job's on the line. Like, this about the only time.
Coach Evans understands.
This about the only time his job been on the line, huh? Nobody else has ever really competed with him?
Yeah, no, not really. And the thing is though that like I think Joe. Everybody knows that next season he's going to be gone. I think.
Yeah, got to.
This season is his audition to other teams.
Ain't nobody finna pay Joe Flacco no more, man.
But if he plays really, really well this season, somebody will, and he knows it. And so I think he's going to play great. I think he's going to play really well.
Well,
I think the team is so strong that they can make a deep playoff run with Joe Flacco again.
Well, I'm not a gambler, man, so I'm not gonna cross that road with your cool ass Drake. I'm not gonna do that with you. But there's a piece of me that likes anarchy and storytelling when it's not dealing with my team. Like everybody else team, I like anarchy, I like storylines, I like storytelling. And nothing would make my teeth whiter than goddamn Lamar Jackson stepping in for Joe Flacco after an arrangement of boos. Let me check out the Ravens schedule. Let me see this. Let me see how this is gonna work. Let me pull this up on my.
The Ravens have a very, very underrated roster this year. It's talented and deep, and I don't think it'll start off bad at all.
I think the defense has improved, and everything else we'll kind of just see how that goes. But let's see, y'all gotta play.
The offense is what's vastly improved, man. I mean, last year they're working with injuries along the offensive line. Ben Watson is slower than a motherfucker, and he's out there playing tight end. And they got Jeremy Maclin was the number one receiver. Jeremy Maclin was the Ravens' number one receiver last year. And he got hurt, and Mike Wallace got hurt, and Rashad Perriman got hurt. But now they got Michael Crabtree. They got Willie Snead. They got John Brown. They drafted Jordan Lasley. They drafted Jaleel Scott. They got Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews at tight end. They got friggin' Orlando Brown Jr. at right tackle. And then they still got guys like Marshall Yanda's going to come back.
Is Orlando Brown starting? Is Orlando Brown starting?
I think he will. I think so.
Oh,
There's no
So beat this out. Y'all got the Bills, the Bengals, the Broncos. The Steelers game is interesting, but I don't think it'll happen there. The Browns, but however, this damn Saints game right here, either this Saints or this Panthers game right here. If Joe Flacco got one too many 3-and-outs in this Saints or this Panthers game, he's out of Dodge. Send his ass to the Gorillas. Tell him Cam Bowie sent.
If the record is 4-1 or 5-0 up to that point, that's not gonna. He's not gonna get sat just because of a couple bad drives.
Shit, Joe. Look. It's not after 5 games.
I know. I understand.
It's after 5 years.
Story. Everyone wants to see Lamar Jackson, and I understand that. But I think Joe's gonna play really good, and
But you know what though? You know what? And I tell Sadie Fresh this all the time. I'm not gonna argue with a fan's optimism, especially in July. I'm not mad at you, cool ass Dre. You think whatever you want to think, but I tell you what. 3-and-outs. Maybe 4.
But what's their record going to be up to that point?
Hey, man, I'm not Cleo Lombardi, man. What I look like to you? I tell the future to you. What you think this is?
If they're 4-1 and 5 or 5-0, I don't understand how you could think that 3-and-outs would even come close to crossing their minds as to sit him because
what if y'all won
5-0 or 4-1?
like what if y'all won 5 games by like 3 points? Like what if y'all barely beat? What if y'all lose to the Browns? Cool ass Drake. What if y'all lose to the Browns?
The Browns are a much, much, much improved team this year.
That's what I'm saying though. But narrative though, you can't be out here losing to the Browns. The Browns are a much better team. But you can't be out here losing to the Browns. Cool ass Drake. What you gonna do?
The narrative to me is that Lamar comes out at the Hall of Fame game, which is the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar plays the first drive, and it's the opening drive of a Hall of Fame career. But this year, I think a lot of the guys that are like veterans on defense, like Terrell Suggs and Eric Weddle and C.J. Mosley, I think this is like the last year for that. Not that all those guys are going to be gone. CJ's going to stick around. But for like Flacco and Suggs and Weddle and a lot of these vets, I think this is the last chance year for them as a Raven.
Man, cool ass Drake, I ain't trying to hear that damn optimism in July, man. Don't come up here with all that, dog. Hell wrong with you? What you
It's just
talking?
you gotta you gotta understand because you know how hyped I was on Lamar Jackson. But thinking rationally, if Flacco's playing the top of his game, he's not a bad quarterback. He's just been surrounded by terrible offenses the past 2 to
I
3
really
years.
like how your rational thinking still has a little bit of emotion tied to it. I gotta appreciate that. You can't help but appreciate that, man. You the homie, cool ass Drake. You want to hang around for the show, or you want to go in the comments? What you want to do?
I'd be glad to chill quietly in the background.
Okay, everybody in the chat box. I just thought about something too. Y'all see that bag sitting on top of my couch right there? Just see that bag in my background. If y'all hang around to the end of my show, I'm gonna show you my new rifle I built. If y'all hang around to the end of the show. Isn't that?
Can I add one more thing though, topic-wise?
What's up? Let me mute this person. Okay, cool. What else you got?
I just wanted to, this is sort of more random. I just wanted to say that as I've been reflecting on the draft for like the past 2-3 months, however long it's been, I think Ronnie Harrison to the Jags is a scary, scary move. I mean, like that's a great addition.
100%. Justin Quarles said he knew it was a gun. Hilarious. Look, because when you look at the Jaguars, man, besides quarterback, where else they gonna improve at? You know what I'm saying? So every move that they make is depth and preparing for the future. So if you look at Taven Bryan at 3 tech, that's scary. Ronnie Harrison at safety when Barry Church gone, that's scary, dog.
He's a headhunter who can cover, man.
Yeah, it's little. That's gonna be terrifying. 401 just left the building, so it is what it is. Let's look in the chat box, see what's going on. Come in Vacha's house uninvited. You go 2 feet. Hey man, I'm not a maniac, bro. I like my firearms, man. But listen, y'all, let me say this. I'm putting together a listeners league for people that's in my Patreon. So let me run this Patreon ad. Let me mute Drake. Drake, don't go nowhere. Let me mute Drake and run this Patreon ad so I can talk. I can talk my talk. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Vach Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. So, what I'm doing for the people that's in my Patreon, let me unmute Drake. For the people that's in my Patreon, I'm starting a listener league for fantasy football. It's 14 teams. I got like 4 people already. So check your Patreon inboxes. I've hit people up quietly. And if people don't come claim the Patreon inboxes, if they don't claim the invite, then I'll move on to the next person. I'll move on to the next person.
Hey, if you sent one to mine, can I claim a spot right now?
I think I sent you one, Drake. If not, I'll send one to you. Sure thing, no doubt. Because you a legend. Because you a legend. You day one. And I think you a Patreon subscriber. Am I right?
I am. I signed up for it. I just haven't been back on the Patreon website since.
Cool ass Drake. Will you tell these people that every time Patreon take $1 out your account, you don't even know it's gone?
It's just $1.
You don't even see it missing, cool ass Drake. And everything that happens in this Patreon, it goes straight into the channel. Like, my camera work has gotten better. My audio work has gotten better. I got my software to get my presentation for my videos better, but now I got a hardware piece coming in the mail. It'll be here around the 22nd or whatever. That's getting better. Everything that happens in the Patreon, it's all coming back to the channel. So I'm selecting 13 or so patrons or Patreon subs to be in this listener league fantasy football. So we'll see. 420 say you're a garbage man, right, Vach? No, I'm not a garbage man. I work at a hospital. I work at a psychiatric hospital. That's hilarious.
So you're like the people from the movie The Notebook.
There aren't any padded rooms or straight jackets at our hospital. However, like if like this is what I do. I sit on this hall with 16 psychotic people. They could have schizophrenia, they could have dementia, they could be bipolar, whatever. And I evaluate these people. And I monitor their behavior and I document it. And when they doctor come by and they be like, so what's going on? And I be like, bruh, they need Haldol, Benadryl, Ativan, 10250. You need to update dosage. This person, they're asking for Xanax, but they just probably on drugs. They don't need this shit. So that's basically what I do. I'm like, whatever. But my favorite part of the job is when people start to get loud and mean and aggressive, and they start to flip tables and get mad, and they need to give emergency medication. I come in and wrestle folk so we can shoot them with needles and tranquilize. That's my favorite part of the job, boy. I swear. They bring my football days back.
How often does that happen? When was the last time you did that?
I did today. It happens a lot, man, and it depends on the patient. Sometimes we get chill groups, but we may admit somebody that's like real psychotic and angry, and like we had somebody that thought we had this one patient, this one dude. He's clearly seeing things. He's psychotic. And he thought I was some dude named Michael that sold him to sex slavery. So he was trying to fight me. So we had to, 100%. How do you deal with that? So we had to deal with that. We had to medicate him, and he wasn't gonna take the medicine voluntarily, so we had to wrestle him up. So that's my favorite part of the job. We bringing football back. But let's get into these phones real quick.
Yeah.
We got 2 platinum callers. Let's go to this one first. Steven Benson, what's cracking, bro?
What's Coach? How's it going?
Man, 22,000. What's good? What's happening, man?
You know me. I gotta drop a little dot. I gotta give you some paper for that 22. I wanted to give you 22, but it wouldn't. It would only let me do 20.
Hey man, I appreciate anything you drop in that thing, bro. You a legend. You're solidified in this business, and I'll never forget you. A permanent part of this community, man. Salute to you.
No problem. I'll be here until the day I die. No worries.
Legendary. What you got for the show, man?
Actually, I was gonna just kind of lurk and stuff, and because I'm working on some stuff at work, but when Drake was talking about Lamar Jackson, I've been noticing that too. It seems like it's everywhere. Every time I turn around, it's Lamar Jackson this, Lamar Jackson that. And I think what's going to happen is what we're going to see is he's going to verse the Bears in like the Hall of Fame game. He's probably not going to do the first quarter. I'll probably say he'll probably be like in the second quarter. I think some of the starters might do like a little bit of the first. I don't really remember how much starters will usually do in the Hall of Fame game, but since Coach Nagy, this is his first year, he might want to give some of the starters at least, like a drive or two, see how they are functioning underneath his system and whatnot. But I think Lamar Jackson is going to come out against our second string and third stringers and be like, oh, look at Lamar Jackson, he's outshining Joe Flacco, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, and every damn fan, whether you're a Ravens fan or not, is going to be like, put Lamar Jackson in. I just really see that happening. I'm agreeing with Drake on this as well. I think Flacco is actually going to have a damn good year. Not just because he kind of has to because his job's on the line, but I think just because he's had problems with injuries the last couple of years.
Steven Benson. Steven, can I just pause you for a second? I just saw something in the chat box. Dwayne Brown. Salute to Dwayne Brown with the damn Tokyo Ghoul reference. I ain't seen one of them in a minute. Salute to Dwayne Brown. All right, Steven, go ahead. My bad, bro. Finish what you
No worries, no worries. No, but I do. I think that Flacco's going to play a lot better this year. I think the defense is still going to be the Ravens' defense, no matter what the heck's going on. That's what they're known for. But I can see some of them guys being like their last turnaround. So they're going to tell a lot of these new kids, hey, look, we need to ball out this frickin' year. Not just because we got this new kid coming in, but a lot of us vets, we might not be here next year. So let's ball out. Let's get another ring. Let's go for broke.
Fizzle another ring.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, it's not going to happen because what's going to happen is the Bears will versus the Ravens in the Super Bowl and the Bears will just beat them. I'm sorry, Drake, but that's just going to happen.
The Bears are underrated this going into the year. They could definitely surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm actually hopeful. I'm really hopeful that it's going to be like a 10-6 year. Now, that's the Bears fan in me. The realistic fan, I think 9-7. But to tell you the truth, I think 9-7 could still put us in the playoffs.
Potentially.
And the reason I think so because who knows with the Lions? You never know with the Lions. I mean, honestly, they're just the Lions. I mean, I'm sorry, Lions fans, but I'll just say it like it is. You never know with them. You might have had our number for the past 3 years, but hey, I don't know.
Darion Johnson could make a world of a difference for them.
That's what I'm saying. You never know, though. And their offensive line is going to be way better. And if Stafford can be anything what he was last year, and defense doesn't break on a few games, they very well could win this division. Now, the reason why I say that is because I actually think that the Vikings are actually going to take a step back. And the reason why I say that is because you just took out Case Keenum, who did wonders for you last year, to replace him with Kirk Cousins. And I don't know how that whole chemistry thing is going to work. Now, of course, you still have Rodgers in Green Bay, but if Rodgers goes hurt, let's just say he goes out again, you saw what the hell that team was last year without him. They barely won 7 games. They barely won 7 games. So that's why I think they scored
against the Ravens.
What's that?
I said I don't think they scored against the Ravens.
Damn.
I don't think so either. But then again, hey, look, I don't think you guys scored against the Bears. I think it was, but then again, our offense didn't score nothing against you. It was all of our defense got us.
That was a wild game, man. That was
a hell of a game.
Don't make me break that film down.
Break it down. Break it down.
Break it down and see Eric Weddle not tackle Jordan Howard. Eric Weddle has lost the Ravens.
Hey, yo, Steven Benzik, this is what I want you to do, man. You're a legend, so I want you to hang around on the show with me. Me, you, and Cool Ass Drake gonna take some calls.
No problem.
Let's see what's going on here. Hey, man, something else, too, before I get into Dallas, because I've clicked Dallas on and off 3 times. My bad. But turn down your laptop, though, Steve. Something I want to do is I want to, at some point, I want to buy a new camera, and I want to get into blogging. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna still do the film channel, but I'm going to have a camera so when I go to these drafts, when I go to these games, when I hang out with other YouTubers, when I do stuff like that, is I'm giving y'all inside looks on, on those things while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I think that'll be that'll be a dope thing to have on Vach's Voice.
Hey, quick question, Coach. I don't mean that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Drake.
No, you go first, man.
Coach, just want to ask you a quick question. Are you going to Nashville this year for the draft, or are you going to stay back in Dallas?
The answer to that question is Andrew Bailey dropping a dub in the super chat. Salute to you, sir. We're going to have tab. Man, y'all listen to this, man. Andrew say, we going from having tabs in the video to filling up stadiums with your sub count. Goddamn. What y'all know about tabs in the videos? I know a lot of people wasn't around. I know Cool Ass Drake was around. But what y'all know about the tabs in the videos, man? We've come a long way on this channel. Salute to you, Andrew Bailey, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, can I tell you something real quick, Bosh, that I noticed about your subscriber count?
What's that?
It has, I looked this up, you have 7,000 more subscribers than the entire population of Natchez, Mississippi.
Wow. Say that again?
Natchez, Mississippi has a population of about 15,000. You have 22,000 subscribers. So...
Hell, I'm right there with you. My town I live in is Ottawa. It's about like an hour and a half south of Chicago, southwest of Chicago. It barely has 22,000. So there you go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
You're out here
damn.
building this city, man.
Yeah. You're building that metropolis. You're going to be New York and L.A. someday.
That's some powerful shit, man. I mean, it's Natchez, though. It's Natchez, Mississippi. Coach Evans say pronounce it right, homeboy. It's because Coach Evans coached me back in Natchez. It's Natchez, but damn, that's wild though, man. That's wild. That's wild. Damn, that's wild. I forgot what we was talking about. Steve, what the hell we were saying?
Good question, Drake.
Don't worry.
I kind of got lost in the.
Don't even worry about it. We're gonna get Dallas on the phone. He been waiting long enough. What up, Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing much. I called in to, tell you congrats on the subscribers and all, and then I heard Drake talking about Ronnie Harrison, and I gotta say, I think that could be one of the steals of the draft because that guy might go in the second round.
Yeah.
I mean that hard hitter who I think he can be, I think he can be another Collins almost. I mean, he was just as good as Alabama, and that dude is a hard hitter in that secondary that's already loaded.
As a Cowboys fan, I would have loved to have Ronnie Harrison on my team, but I wouldn't trade none of the picks that we got, and to have him or whatever. So, it just kind of Connor Williams gonna be nasty. It just kind of is what it is there. But I'm definitely I'm definitely a fan of Ronnie Harrison. Connor Williams might be. Look, man. Look, this how wild Dallas is. Connor Williams might be the 5th best offensive lineman on that team. That's strange.
Mm-hmm.
That's strange.
I was just gonna say that dang thing too. Because I was really not gonna lie, I was hoping that he was gonna come to the Bears kind of too, and maybe push Massey, our right tackle. I think he could have easily been I think he could really be.
That's the thing is Dallas plays him at left guard next to Tyrone Smith.
Where else he gonna play?
Can I tell the story real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
It's crazy, man.
I remember when I did my early 2019 because I've been super hyped about Connor Williams. I was at the draft that night. I was texting you and Daniel, I remember, and I was super hyped for that pick. And no one can say that's just jumping on the bandwagon because the Cowboys got him. I was super high on Connor Williams since literally 2016. I remember when I did a for fun, way too early 2019 mock draft. I gave him to the Bears to be the left tackle in the top 5, and when we got him at 50, I was ecstatic. That dude, I mean, I had him as the number 1 tackle. Yeah, I had the him as the number 1 tackle in the draft. I had him as the number 2 guard in the draft. That's how high I was on him. I mean, I thought he should have gone where the 49ers picked. I mean, I know he got hurt. I know I'm a bit biased because I'm a Longhorn fan, but I mean, he had one bad game and basically all his time at Texas, and then had a knee injury that he came back from to play in. I mean, I am psyched. I mean, he might need 1 year in the weight room to gain a lot of strength to get up with the all-pros he's playing around. But I think by next year, after a year in the weight room, that's one of those things
unfair with
where
Zeke running behind him.
Connor Williams was definitely my number 1 tackle, but this was a godly year for guards, man. Like it ain't even fair how
it really was.
How good the
whole interior was really good too.
Yeah, 100%. So I was telling guys, man, if you want to get an interior guard, man, go ahead and get them early because they're gonna run out. But go ahead, say what you're about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like Vosh here. We know Vosh loved Will Hernandez. It's kind of those things. Do you want a mauler like Will Hernandez who will run over you in the ground game, or do you want Connor Williams, who's like the best technician in the draft probably besides Quentin Nelson, who can move in space and zone?
You get Isaiah Wynn or Braden Smith, which is what rounds out the whole class at the top at least.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great class, man. And you said Voch wanted Will Hernandez. Voch still want Will Hernandez, but so
does Steven over here with the Bears. My God,
I still love Connor Williams, and I don't think Connor Williams going to necessarily have a strength problem. I think Connor Williams going to be just fine. And if he does have a problem, there's plenty combos that we can run to to help this man out. So everything going to be straight.
No, yeah, I think Connor at left guard is going to be fine right from the get go.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I agree.
I just think next year I think he could be a Pro Bowler, possibly a rookie year, but I think he can be at an elite level next year. Like I said, I don't think his strength's going to be a problem, but I think 1 year into like a weight program, I think because from what they said at minicamp and all, the only time he could get beat was when they could overpower him with upper body strength.
Yeah.
You know what?
A year in the weight room, him fixing that.
Say it again.
I said, shouts out to Connor Williams.
Shouts out to Connor Williams, 22,000. That's all you got?
To be totally honest, really.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just gotta say, wrap it up, because it was both great and it hurt. Because I feel like the NFC East completely killed that second round. I mean, when you look at it, like us getting Connor Williams at 50, Will Hernandez going to the Giants, who they needed desperately. My number one tight end going to Goddard. Though it was funny seeing the Eagles move up for a player they weren't going to draft, but still, I give them props because that was a player who I thought should have gone at the end of the first. They got him at 49. And then you guys know I love Darius Guice. I think Darius Guice was the second best running back in this class. I like Ronald Jones. I love Kerryon Johnson. I thought he was underrated. But both teams, I think you should have taken Darius Guice because,
Agreed.
The Dallas Cowboys draft show was talking about they have David Hellman, who's from Baton Rouge. He lives there, and he's biased because he went to LSU, but he's like, I've never heard a bad thing about him off the field. And I honestly think, I know Saquon Barkley is everyone's number one running back. Yes, Saquon Barkley is the number one running back in that draft, but I don't think the gap is as big as people think.
No,
I was also
I'm
really
with you
big
on that
fan
one.
of Darius Guice. Yeah,
Darius Guice, I don't fear Alex Smith, but he is a good quarterback. He's not a Aaron Rodgers, but he is a good quarterback. And I think the one way the Redskins can be dangerous next year is if they do what the Cowboys do with Zeke. If they pound with Darius Guice, who will run through you and is a threat in the short yardage game. I've seen him. I went to 2 back-to-back LSU bowl games. Both times he takes catches for touchdowns because he catches it and it just starts powering through people.
The problem
if they do that and let him do that short passing game with Alex Smith and just pound with Darius Guice, that's how the Redskins are going to do good
Their
next year.
receivers are deep ball receivers, though.
I was just going to say.
One of the weirdest matchups in the whole. I think it's going to be one of the weirdest offenses in the whole league.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Man, the Redskins trash, dog. I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm sure they can figure out
That's because you're a Cowboy fan.
If they get if the next year they draft a QB who's just got a loaded arm, then maybe they'll be interesting. But they're mismatched on offense.
Quarterbacks next year are trash.
I know you can fudge the numbers with contracts, but still 5-year, contract with Alex Smith, that's going to be hard to fudge after 1 year.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. But the funny thing is on a couple of episodes or a couple shows back, I was even talking to Voch. I was saying how Darius Guice behind that Washington's Redskins O-line is going to be damn scary because that O-line is, I'm not saying it's like Dallas or, some of the other really good O-lines.
But it's above average.
That is it's way above average. I'd give it right now like top 10, maybe 11, like out of the whole league. I mean, personally, I think the Bears are maybe like within the top 10, if not top 5, but that's because I'm a Bears fan.
You guys just need a left tackle. Your interior is solid.
No, I actually say the opposite. We don't need a left tackle. We need a right tackle. Bobby Massey is good, but he's more of a swing tackle.
I would say move Leno to right tackle and then get a left tackle, and you're set.
See, I actually say the opposite. Because I was actually that's why I was saying that Connor Williams, he could replace Bobby Massey, and Bobby Massey would be our swing tackle. You put Williams at our right tackle, Leno is underrated. The thing that people always say, oh, Leno's bad, oh, this, that, and the other, he's not actually that bad. Look at what he's had next to him. He's had turnaround after turnaround after turnaround of left guards. The only time that Leno actually showed really consistent and solid play was that year that what's his name? Oh gosh darn it! He came over from the Packers. Why am I blanking on his name? Sutton? Yeah. When he went back, when he went to his one Pro Bowl for the Bears, that's when Leno had his best year. After that, it's just been injury after injury after injury after injury, right next to Leno. So Leno never had that consistent left guard play. It was always basically him, and maybe it'd be Whitehair, maybe it'd be this dude, maybe it'd be Cush, maybe it'd be Sitton. Da 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 da. It was like that throughout the whole process
right now.
Not to bring up bad. Sorry.
What was that?
Hey, Voch, what do you think let's humor Lieutenant Daniel Spencer. What do you think about the Falcons draft? What do you think about them?
Damn punk ass know how I feel about the damn Falcons draft, man. That shit trash, bro. Really's a solid pick. They probably could have went another direction, but really solid.
I like Isaiah Oliver.
Yeah, how the hell did Oliver fall that far?
I love Isaiah Oliver in the second, but I really love Sanat in the third. Really love Sanat in the third. So salute to the Falcons. They had a cool little draft. Shouts out to them. They punk.
I like Ito Smith a lot too. Ito Smith, good player.
Who?
Also, how did the Bears somehow pull off getting James Daniel in the second and then get Anthony Miller at 51? That's impressive.
Because we sneaky good, that's why.
Cheating.
And you guys keep trading your second round pick the next year and are like, oh, we'll just trade back up. We'll play in the long game.
That's one thing I was not too happy about, but then again, I'm really, really happy not only that we got Daniels, but that we turned around and got Miller, because I think Miller, for us, he is going to be scary good.
He was my number 2 receiver.
I was saying, and I was even saying, I think I even said this with Botch a couple times on when he was doing draft stuff, I think he would be better for the Bears than Calvin Ridley, because everybody was saying, "Oh, put Calvin Ridley."
Ridley was my third.
Bring Miller.
I had DJ as my overwhelming number 1. I was in love with that process.
Right. I'm with you on that, but I'm just saying how everybody was mocking Ridley to come to the Bears. I was always saying, no, give me Miller over Ridley.
Receiver is so much about player style versus with team.
Yeah.
So,
that is true. I'll give you that.
One thing that makes the Miller pick better is that they have Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And those two
it's a perfect compliment.
Styles complement each other.
Yeah. Can I mention another thing real quick that's
Like
interesting?
Lieutenant Dan is saying, I'm not a big Calvin Ridley fan. I think he drops a lot of passes, and I think he I think he drops a lot of passes.
Damn.
But I think that him with Julio Jones is kind of like Anthony Miller with Allen Robinson.
Damn.
But Julio is way better than Robinson, and I think Miller is better than Ridley. So if you put Miller and Julio Jones together, that'd be some crazy shit. But as far as receiver cores go, the Falcons receivers are better now that they have Ridley, and the Bears receivers are better now that they have Miller.
Yeah, speaking of the Bears draft picks, can I point out something I found interesting?
Real fast, time out. Dallas, that was you making a point, Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Because I got somebody else on the phone.
Basically, because, the Patriots had some high picks and they traded a couple, their second round and all, it seems like, if I remember right, they're loading up in the draft next year with 2 seconds and 2 thirds.
Which team is this?
Yeah, I was going to say,
the Patriots. The Patriots.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because didn't they pick up a couple of future picks?
I think they picked up one, didn't they? If I remember right, I think it was a third rounder they picked up. Or
I thought they got the Bears. Did they have the Bears second next year? I thought that's how the Bears trade up for Anthony Miller.
Yeah, they got the Bears. That's who it was. I think it was the Bears. They got the Bears second, but I don't know if they got a third off the top of my head. They might have. I don't remember if they got a third, though, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, because it almost seems like the way Tom Brady's talking and how Belichick did that draft, they might have the ammo to move up next year. But I see next year's quarterback class as a crapshoot. Honest to God, if you're a team that's going to suck next year,
I like Stidham.
Tank for Oliver, and then in 2020 you got Fromm, you have Eason, you might have Tua if he keeps doing good. I think 2020 is going to be the next real good, quarterback
Tua,
class.
so I like Tua. Hopefully he's at least. Hey, Vox Lombardi.
What's up?
Go ahead.
This is like going back to way earlier in the show, but I just also wanted to bring up that I feel the same way that you do about Greedy Williams. He's got a great name, comes from one of my favorite schools as far as defensive backs goes.
Yeah.
But we gotta see how the next season goes.
Amazing name. But look, based on these LSU cornerbacks, that boy be a 5th round pick by time damn March come around. Dallas, that's all you got though, bro? We good? We clear?
Matter of fact,
Dallas, hang around, man. You ain't doing nothing. Just hang around. We got Steven, Dallas, and Cool Ass Drake. That's not too many people. I gotta get I gotta get my homie in. G, what man? G, my bad, man. I ain't mean to have you waiting that long. G, what's good, man?
Nah, nothing much, man.
Now, Drake, Dallas, and Steven, in case y'all didn't know, G think that the Dolphins gonna win the Super Bowl this year. So G, go ahead, tell us why.
They are.
What? Tank for Oliver. That's what you guys should do. Tank for Oliver.
Nah, man. I think Tannehill's gonna bounce back, man. That's his season.
Tell us why, G.
Why?
What you got for the show?
I think he's gonna bounce back. I'll give you that, but I mean,
why?
I don't see them going that far in that division.
He's better than Cutler.
I'll give you that.
If you were telling me to make a realistic argument, I'd say that
you wouldn't argue. You wouldn't argue.
Julian Edelman, that 4-game suspension might hurt them, or at least something similar to what happened with Gronk last year. Adam Gase is getting the offense that he wants with key playmakers. Everyone in that receiving core is not gonna hit 1,000 yards. I don't think there's gonna be one receiver, but it's gonna be like each of them have like 500, 600, 12 yards.
Man, who do they have outside of Devontae Parker? Who are the Dolphins receivers other than Parker?
They have,
I don't know. Nobody know. Who knows?
He's a one-trick pony.
Jakeem Grant, who's I feel like is very underrated in terms of a receiver. They have Alfred, the guy from Kansas City.
It's your team, man. What are you saying? It's your team. How about the guy from Kansas City?
I mean, as fan optimism, we going to the Super Bowl, but realistically, like, nah, man, that's just dead. Like, we not. But
they will be better.
I agree with that. They will be better, especially if Tannehill can stay healthy and come back from those injuries. I think he'll have a major bounce back. But there ain't no way I even see them going. Well, maybe for a wild card, but that's stretching it.
But Vach, I wanted to call not only to congratulate for the 22,000, but to sort of play like a little quick game. And you know, the more the merrier. So everyone else could join in. Wow. I wanted to play regret, risk, and reward.
Regret, risk, and reward. Okay.
Yeah. So from like last free agency to this free agency, I just got 7 topics, right? And then you're gonna tell me whether it's regret. Anybody could chime in. It doesn't need to just be Watch. You're gonna tell me whether it's regret, like the team will regret it, a risk, like the team will risk it.
Oh, she's pretty, Coach.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Or if it's a reward, like the team is gonna love it and it's gonna be beneficial to them going down the line.
My bad. I was playing with my rifle. Go ahead. Let's get started. Let's run it. What you got? Let's do it.
All right. First, I got Oakland signing John Gruden. Is it regret, risk, or reward?
John can't draft, man. John can't draft at all.
I'll say risk, big risk. They're doing this mainly because of the fact that they're going to Vegas. They're just trying to get. They're trying to get people excited. I think that's what this is all about.
What do you mean regret, risk, or reward? They're going to regret this how many years later?
It doesn't matter. It could be immediately, like next year they regret it, or like 5 years down the line they regret it.
I mean, that one was
getting Arden Key and Maurice Hurst is pretty interesting.
Getting Arden Key, Arden Key
is such a risk though.
Arden Key in the third, and Colton Miller in the first, and that other trash tackle that they tried to help. You know, that they tried to overcompensate for drafting Colton Miller in the first. That one kid from obscure state that they traded up to get, he's trash too. I ain't playing with the Raiders this year. Trash.
It's just Key. I never hopped off the Arden Key train. I still have faith in Arden Key that he could bounce back and be a good player. And I don't know, to have him and Maurice Hurst. Their draft was so weird, but it'll be interesting to see if one of those guys reaches their potential between Hurst and Key.
I feel like can be good. Go ahead.
I feel like the Chiefs and the Raiders had the worst draft to me. And having Hurst late, if he stays healthy and if Key pans out, can save that draft. I mean, Colton Miller, I think, was the worst pick in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's surprising.
I mean, I don't know if it's as bad, because at least they stayed there. I don't know if it's as bad as trading up for Spikes in the second. I'm still confused by that, but.
No, I'd say it'd have to be Penny for the Seahawks going freaking first for them.
Penny could be damn good.
Penny could be good, but the thing is they got like freaking 4 other guys that are exactly the same. In Seattle, they all do the same thing. That's why I was really shocked with that.
My problem is the Seahawks flat out act like they didn't have an offensive line problem.
That's true too. They needed to.
They got Dwayne Brown. They got Pochik last year. They still got.
Pochik is trash.
They could have had so many good players this year, Drake.
They should have drafted Will Hernandez.
The kid, they could have. The kid from Texas A&M, Jermaine Ifedi, trash.
Mm-hmm.
They needed help. They needed offensive line help.
You can't call Pochik trash after 1 year.
Pochik was trash in college.
Okay,
let's be totally honest, though. Seattle's on a downward spiral now that Pete Carroll's trying to make this all about freaking Russell Wilson and everything. I mean, the identity of that team was that defense. Now, granted, they all got old and their contracts were starting to get too big, but it's starting to turn around.
Trash.
Okay, as someone who's unbiased, I think the Seahawks should just finish blowing it up and trade Earl Thomas to the Cowboys.
Talk that shit, Dallas.
I agree with that one.
Talk that shit, Dallas. Let them know. Tell them again. Say it again.
I mean, listen, it's like Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs. Do you want to get something for Earl Thomas now, or do you want to see him walk next year? Because he runs home from Seahawks games to watch the Monday Night Football.
What would be a reasonable deal? What would the Seahawks be getting in return?
6th-round pick.
Okay. So in order to actually be fair and to sound real here, I think the Seahawks want at least a second because apparently
Dallas, peep this out. Dallas, this the problem. You probably could have got a 2nd-round pick during the draft. You probably could have leveraged for a 3rd. This the problem. Earl Thomas 29 going on 30. Earl Thomas wants big money. Earl Thomas is going to be a free agent next year if you don't sign him anyway. So all your leverage out the window. 5th-round pick, man.
Well, no, Voch, what I was saying was
I'm sorry.
On the draft show, apparently what people were reporting was because a lot of people thought we were drafting Goddard when even though I like Goddard, he wasn't the one.
It was either Earl or Connor Williams. Right.
Yeah, it was. The Seahawks called us when we were on the clock, and we said no, we're going Connor Williams. Marinelli and Richard was actually in the room leading up because I listened to the entire draft show, and they had that War Room cam.
Right.
What happened was the Cowboys were deciding between Connor Williams and Justin Reed. That was their backup option, not Goddard.
Uh-huh.
And then the Seahawks called and said, we will give you Earl Thomas for the 2nd. And when they saw that they could get Connor Williams, they went Connor Williams.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys then called back before selecting Michael Gallup to see if they wanted the 3rd. The Seahawks declined. However, at this point, with Cam Chancellor retiring, I would give the Seahawks a 3rd for Earl Thomas because Earl Thomas has 1 year left. He's 29 going on 30, like Foch said.
6th-round pick.
Sign him.
6th-round pick.
Because the Seahawks are still, they got Magic Man Russell Wilson, and they could, I mean.
Listen, Wilson is a top 4 QB to me. But
I'm with you. He's top 5, but I mean, let's give the man an offensive line so they're not. Here's the thing: he can only scramble around for so damn long.
That's not going to do anything for them until next year, though. And Earl's probably going to be gone after the season anyway. So why would they?
So, I love Dak, but I mean, I'm not one of these people. I don't get Cowboy fans to have to choose one or the other because I love Dak. I love his story. My father's fighting brain cancer. His mother fought cancer. And I also love Romo because he's a great guy. You have to understand, when I was growing up, I saw some of the late 90s teams, but I didn't start following football until 2002. I remember that season. Romo helped save my fandom because people don't realize that Romo never started a game where the Cowboys were already eliminated from contention. You don't understand. He didn't have the natural, elusiveness as Russell Wilson. He was not quite the scrambler that Russell Wilson was. But people forget just how damn elusive Romo was his first few years.
Mm-hmm. No, I compared Mitch Trubisky last year to having that similar sort of escapability in the pocket.
Look up Tony Romo.
I'd give Mitch a little bit more, though. I'd have to give Mitch a little bit more. I mean, Romo's got that scoot, though. When he was in his first, 3 years, you could see him. He was able to. I would say, and I know I'm going to get killed for this, but I would say he's probably like early Cutler. Like how Cutler was able. Cutler had legs. Cutler had some legs though.
Guys, but there's a moral to the story real quick, because if you want, look up Tony Romo scramble versus the Rams, where it snap went over his head, and he literally ran about 40 yards for a first down trying to get past Rams. And it was during this time Jerry Jones was quoted, because this was back when the Cowboys didn't take offensive linemen high. He said, we don't have to spend premium picks on offensive linemen because Romo is elusive. He's able to scramble, and he's a young, mobile quarterback. And then in 2009, that playoffs, we had to move Doug Free as a rookie over to left tackle, and we had like 3 injured offensive linemen. That's what happened divisional round against the Vikings, 2009. We put up like 6 points, and not even anyone could blame Romo for that game because I think he got sacked, I want to say 8 times and hit another 11.
I was going to say, wasn't it like 7 or 8 times? I remember that game.
I watched the Falcons game, and I was thinking the entire time about that Vikings game. That's how it was. You can go back and watch it. The offensive line fell apart, and then the following year, the offensive line was still horrible. 2010 to 2011, the Cowboys had the worst offensive line in the league, and Romo got injured. He got banged up.
Okay, the problem is that you're saying, okay, so give us Earl Thomas for a 3rd-round pick so you can draft the offensive lineman in the 3rd round next year to protect Russell, when they might as well just draft an offensive lineman with their 1st and 3rd-round picks they already have next year.
Well, I think they should blow up the defense. But what I was also saying was I don't hate the Penny pick as much as other people, because I think he'll actually be a good player, unlike Miller.
I'm with you that Penny's going to be a good player, but I was just saying that for so many other things that they needed. Yeah, for so many other things that they needed.
They should have taken Connor.
Yeah, but now they'll take a guard or a tackle.
Yo.
And they'll have Rashad Penny.
Yo, the game's still not over. We still got like 5 more topics.
God damn!
I was actually just gonna say, I forgot about that.
God damn! This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna start kicking some of y'all asses off. G, hold up, time out. Keon got something you want to say about John Gruden. Go ahead, Keon.
Hey, it's me. Well, what I gotta say about John Gruden is that, first of all, him over at the Raiders, yes, I think it is a splash thing. He used to be over there, then he went to Tampa with me. I know a lot about him. The Raiders aren't going to. He's not going to be the Raiders. He's not going to be the reason that the Raiders do anything. I don't see it happening. Like he has no pedigree when it comes to drafting. Like I've been around him. I've seen him just fail after draft pick. I mean, does anybody remember James Adams?
Hell yeah, James Adams.
James
Adams.
Yeah,
James
Maurice
Adams.
Hurst is James Adams. He's drafting people who don't die on the field. I just don't see that going to work.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But look, the whole thing about John Gruden, man, like John Gruden was great when he took over Tony Dungy's team. I ain't really seen John Gruden be great since then.
No, because that was Dungy's team. I knew that when I was young. But the thing is, the only thing that he did was he knew the Raiders playbook, and he did get the offense that we had sputtering. It was okay, but even that was due to the line the offensive line that wasn't really great, but it just started to click. It was more a personnel thing than him. So I don't think that I think the Raiders fans don't get too excited. I mean, you're getting Doug Martin, but he's been very inconsistent for us too.
Something I will give John Gruden credit for is we need quarterback camp back, because they tried to replace him with Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson's show is trash. But
I didn't even watch it this year. I couldn't even do it.
Don't watch it. It's trash.
Yeah.
But that's all you got, Kia?
Yeah. Well, I'll just let you know that I'm going to be continuing to listen to your show. I know what I know about John Gruden. All
right, Keon. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. 22,000.
Yeah, congrats on the 2,200, man.
1,000.
Gruden here. I like this coach. She's a grinder. He's a grinder.
Nah. I'm just kidding, y'all. That show is really trash, though. G from Miami. What's the second question that's gonna take 30 minutes to talk about?
Wait, real quick. I just want to say on that Russell Wilson show, I didn't watch it, but I could see it being like, all right, now before we go throw some balls, let's get on our knees and pray.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm up here showing my rifle off on the damn chat box. Okay, cool. Go ahead, G.
The second question is Buffalo passing on Josh Rosen.
Trash. Look. This my whole thing, fam. I feel like the Cardinals, and look, this is another bad move by the Raiders. Like the Cardinals moved up and got their franchise quarterback for a 3rd round pick. That's amazing. And the Buffalo Bills, they flat out passed on a guy that's better than like Rosen's better than Allen, in my opinion. And
yeah.
And they just went and got him. They went and got him with confidence too. And the problem is they got Allen with no contingency plan. Sam Bradford exists, but Sam Darnold exists. But Teddy Bridgewater's there, McCown's there. I mean, Tyrod was brought in for
Lamar Jackson and Baker were the only two I would have drafted in the 1st round. I wouldn't have drafted Wilson or Allen.
Oh shit, y'all.
I was with that too. I was just going to say the same thing because I was actually happy that Mayfield did go to the Browns because I think he'd be the only one who could actually save the Browns.
I love Baker Mayfield.
I think Lamar could have saved the Browns, but that's a whole
maybe not.
You put Lamar with David Njoku and Josh Gordon and Corey Coleman and that run game and Duke Johnson and that offensive line, and then you draft Nick Chubb. Oh yeah, Lamar could have wrecked the league with that offense around him.
But Baker just has that attitude, though. He just has that attitude. Like, he is what Cleveland Browns fans want. Like, they want a guy like him. I don't really see Lamar having that, I don't want to say attitude, but that just thing about him. Like, there's something about Baker that just, to me, it screams Browns fans. Like, that is who they can get around. Like, this is our guy that we can be with for a while. Not just this carousel of, oh, who do we got this year? Who do we got this year?
Yeah, true.
All right.
Next question, G.
Third question. The Cowboys franchise tag DeMarcus Lawrence.
It buys us time to figure out what he really brings to the table.
I definitely don't think they could regret that.
There are some Cowboys fans that are talking about letting him walk away, and I can't stand 80% of Cowboys fans because I think 80% of them are irrational, emotional, and ignorant. But that's definitely the move to make. You franchise tag him, you wait your little time out, you figure the market out, and you pay him later. But he definitely gonna get paid though because you need pass rushers in this league.
So like a nice little risk, like a risk, with potential high upside reward.
This the funny part. He said he wants 5 years, $75 million. I think that's a steal. That's a steal. That's what, $15 million?
Yeah.
That's $15 million.
Well, could they pay it though?
Yeah, they could pay him.
Do they have enough capital? Is my thing because I don't know now with
DeMarcus. DeMarcus Lawrence making $17 million right now under the franchise tag. You actually save money if you sign.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I'm not positive, but I think in maybe next year once everything's off the books, we have to pay Dak, we have to pay Zeke, we'll probably have to pay Jalen.
Right.
But I think right now in 2 years. We're projected to have over $50 million in cap space.
Roughly, yeah.
So
there you go. You could definitely do it then.
Because everybody's money is going to be off the books.
Right.
And then Sean Lee probably has 3 years left. So I mean, Sean Lee will probably come off the books at that point. And then
I don't even think he has that. I don't even think he has that. I think if
be nice,
Jalen, if Jalen can I'm just saying if Jalen can be half of what he was in college from this injury, and if what's the linebacker he just got?
Leighton Vander Esch.
LVE, Vander Esch.
Yeah, Vander Esch. If they can really shine, I see it being that when Lee's contract is up, I don't see them bringing him back because I think that's why they got Van Der Esch, was to replace him. You know, granted, now with all three of them, yeah, Van Der Esch and Smith can learn a lot from Lee. But
well, trust me. The plan is Jalen is a natural will linebacker. So basically, when Lee retires, whether it's 1 year or 3 years, he'll almost certainly be moved to will with Van Der Esch in the middle. He's currently playing Sam because he can rush the edge pretty well. But what I was thinking is, one, I think Sean Lee is going to be a defensive coach when he retires. But because he's so smart and knows plays so well, especially when healthy, he obviously needs athleticism. But he's one of those people where even if he slows down a bit from his injuries, he does have just his knowledge of the game.
Sean Lee should be fresh than a mug because he ain't been playing. He ain't been thumping that damn much. Shit, Sean,
that's what I was gonna say. He's always injured. It seems like
he been sitting down.
Every time you turn around, there's Sean Lee's out again.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, Sean Lee was out for that Green Bay game last year and that Rams game last year where Gurley killed us when Gurley would have been Lee's assignment. It's very possible that the first half of the season would have looked very different if we had Lee for those 2 games.
All right. Fourth question. Patriots trading Jimmy Garoppolo. Regret.
Moving on. Regret.
All right. I have. This is a hypothetical one. This is the only one that's not set in stone. But the Bucks potentially dropping or trading away Jameis Winston. Regret, risk, or reward?
I see reward. Honestly.
Regret. Oh, okay. Regret. Can you elaborate?
I think Jameis is about to have a fantastic year when he gets back from his suspension.
Also, it happened 2 years ago. Listen, I can't excuse anything or tell you, but I live in Tampa, and Jameis, this thing changes some things, but up till now, he's been pretty loved in the community because it's not just lip service. The dude does go around to charity events.
I feel like a lot of people who trash on Jameis didn't actually watch him play much last year because if you watch the Giants game, he was
watching the background.
Everybody on the phone, look at your screen right now.
I see you there.
All the crab legs you can eat.
You gotta eat them W's, man.
But
actually on the field though, did you watch the Bucks Patriots game last year?
But all right. But what would his offers be like if you were to fill them in the free agency market or not free agency market, in the trade market, or in general?
You'd have to give him a first-round pick. He's a franchise. Did you watch the Patriots game last year? In the Patriots game last year, their kicker missed. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but it was either 3 or 4 field goals.
3.
And the Cameron Brate dropped it wide, he's wide open. No one's within 3 yards of him, and both his hands. Cameron Brate drops a touchdown, and they lost the game by 3 points. So if the kicker would have made one of those field goals, it would have gone into overtime. But they should have won that game, and then he played fantastic against the Giants. Jameis is a great player. He just
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
2 things. Two things. One,
go ahead. It's a team.
Their offensive line is trash. It's legitimately one of the worst offensive lines in the league.
Their run game has been terrible too.
I was just going to say that too.
They should have taken guys, but Jones will help.
Jones will help. He wasn't my favorite, but he was the best option they're going to have for in quite a while.
Let me ask y'all a question. I got a Saints fan in the chat box. What y'all think about the Davenport pick? I'm not gonna say my thoughts on the Davenport pick because I'm very much well on record saying my Davenport pick, but I just want to know, am I wrong for thinking what I'm thinking?
They gave up way too much.
Yeah,
they gave up way too much.
They should have just stayed put and picked the best player available.
They should have taken Jackson. Who they could have stayed and got
Lamar Jackson. I agree. I thought they were going to, and
I was shocked. I was with Arnav and Sharice, with their live stream, which was pretty fun to do, and we were all shocked when that happened.
I so thought they were going to pick Lamar. Did Lamar with Kamara and Michael Thomas? Goodness gracious.
I wasn't too shocked because. Oh, go ahead.
No, the crazy part about it is that they drafted so good last year, and like this year they had a mediocre draft. So I don't know if it was like that after draft buzz, where it's like, okay, we're on a roll. Let's try to make big moves.
They wanted to mess their average up. They wanted to come back down to a C. Like we did so good last year.
Draft was so good. Like
offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, that draft was really, really good. And then this
Marcus Williams.
I mean, so maybe they know what they're doing. I like Davenport. I thought trading up for him was if a team had drafted him right there and not had traded all that up to Dunn, I would look at. I mean, I would still think it was a slight reach, but I would be like, well, if they needed a pass rushing presence, then maybe they got their guy. But I mean, to pair him with Jordan,
Cam
Jordan, those two could potentially be like one of the best pass rushing runs.
My thing was like,
the thing is, they have a 2-year window with Drew Brees, no first round pick.
That's what I was just gonna say. This was more of a pick of, we got this opportunity. Look how close we were last year. We were so close to winning the game against the Vikings to go against the
pass rush
Eagles.
Was definitely a reason they
exactly.
They win that game. They win that game. I think they might beat the Eagles, and Drew Brees versus Brady.
I don't know about that one.
What is that?
I have a question because it's interesting. Don't you think Drew Brees does better against that defense, against the second? That D line is stacked, we know, but that secondary was nothing really special. And I think Keenum wasn't bad, and he's not a bad quarterback, but I think Drew Brees could have shredded that. And I think in that shootout that we saw in the Super Bowl with a horrible Patriots defense, I think the Saints, who had a above average good, almost very good defense last year, could have slowed them down long enough to win that shootout, like the Eagles eventually did, except probably more with their secondary than their D-line.
So Trick Shot, the Saints fan, says, y'all tripping on Davenport. Players his caliber don't drop past 15 ever. Cam was a blessing.
But
he might be good in 3 years, but probably not next year.
Right, that's what I was just going to say.
My thing is like was he like the best pass rusher on the board though? Because didn't like Harold
No
Landry go?
way. Landry was way better.
Speaking of players who drop for idiotic reasons,
Harold Landry owed me some money because there's a lot of people that love him because of my damn videos. I need that check.
I actually loved him coming out of Boston College. Honestly, I think that's what I was hoping the Bears were going to get him in the second round. But
I need that check, man.
No. He was the first person I mocked to the Cowboys.
True.
And then Marcus Lawrence just killed him.
Yeah, I just was really concerned over Davenport's lack of numbers in a weak conference.
That's what I was trying to bring up early, is that the thing with Davenport that scares me, he has all the measurables to be great, but he never really, how do I want to say? He never really exploded.
He runs.
I guess it's the
he runs. He runs down the middle of people. He doesn't explode out of his stance, but he does have a pretty good closing burst, though. I give him that. But but he never rushed with a plan. He wasn't great with his hands. He was just picking on kids.
He could overpower everyone.
He was just picking on kids that played at North Texas. That's all.
Yeah.
Him and Cam Jordan together could really pick on some people as a duo. So.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we're trashing that pick, but I do fully admit that the Saints are my preseason favorites for the Super Bowl.
Oh, without doubt. Without a doubt.
Cut it out.
The Saints and the Vikings. If Kirk Cousins can pan out for the Vikings, it'll be one of those two for the NFC.
That's the question I was gonna ask next. I was gonna say, like, the Vikings signing Kirk Cousins, was it regret, risk, or reward?
Risk, but it could be a reward.
Risk. Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody be quiet. Brianna in the chat box, she just congratulated me for having 22,000 subs, and what she's saying is way more important than whatever the hell y'all was saying. So,
I agree.
So I guess y'all can finish talking now if you want to, but thank you, Brianna. Appreciate it, sweetie.
Brianna, call in.
Brianna,
He needs to bro.
Brianna ain't got to call in. I know what she sound like. It's all good.
I haven't heard it. I want to hear.
I met her in Dallas, man. So that's my real life story. But go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead and tell what y'all saying now. Go ahead and tell what y'all talking about now. Go ahead now.
I mean, I'm just saying we should totally try to get Kristen Press to become a fan of yours.
Brianna, call in, sweetie. Cruzan 26 was like, do y'all think the Giants made a mistake not drafting a quarterback in the first round?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
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 Darnold or Rosen were
Lamar
there.
Jackson.
Hell, you could have traded up with Cleveland to take Baker.
My thing is like it's not even that. It's just that like for a fact it's a possibility like next year's class is gonna be weak, and you just did this to extend maybe Eli Manning for like another 2 or 3 years with Saquon, and like I get it, they don't want to be the team that's rebuilding in the NFC East because the Cowboys are there, the Eagles are definitely there, the Redskins, if Alex Smith improves them, will be there. But, like, I feel like passing up on Sam Darnold when you know for a fact the 2019 draft class might not be good.
I don't this last quarterback class was super polarizing.
Yeah. You either loved him or you hated him. There was no middle ground. At least with last year, or not last year's. Yeah, last year's, before 2018's draft, at least there were people on the fence with a lot of some of these players. Like people on the fence about Mitch and Watson.
Draft and the Goff and Wentz draft, you could definitely
right
both of them.
So G, was that your last question, bro?
No, last question is Miami trading away Jarvis Landry. You know I had to sneak a Miami question in here.
No.
Regret, risk, or reward.
Can I say real quick why Miami's not going to do good next year? Just real quick, as an aside.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I'm an objective fan, honestly.
Time out, y'all. Everybody be quiet. Everybody shut up. Shut up. Miss Jackie in the chat box. Good evening, Vach. Hey, Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie is way more important than whatever the hell y'all was saying. I mean, I guess y'all can finish talking about whatever the hell y'all was saying, but Miss Jackie is definitely more important.
was just saying that.
I met Miss Jackie in Dallas as well, so go ahead.
Damn, Vach, you met all sorts of ladies in Dallas.
Hey, man, I had fun. Go ahead.
Did you hang out with Miss Jackie and never mind.
We were at a barbecue.
Hey now, remember this is better than threesomes, so don't forget.
We were at a barbecue, so we was chilling at the barbecue, but
that's your business.
Miss Jackie, however, I will say it looks like she can bake the hell out of like you ever seen somebody that look like they can bake pound cake real good? Like she looked like she can just the best oatmeal raisin cookies. Like
That's my wife right there.
The best gingerbread, man. It looked like Miss Jackie got some of that in her. You know what I mean? So salute to Miss Jackie. Go ahead and say whatever the hell y'all saying is not important.
The Dolphins run a 4-3 defense, and none of their defensive tackles are good, and that's why they can't be good.
We're switching it up. We're trying
Tank for Oliver.
Well, we're trying to run a 4-2-5. Actually, that's why we got Mika Fitzpatrick.
Still, if you're running 4 up front, none of your defensive tackles are good.
Tank for Oliver.
I agree.
Dallas is just saying tank for Oliver for everyone. Jesus.
Let me just say this too.
I mean, am I wrong?
Let me just say this too.
Hey, I'm not.
Let me say this too because it's my show. I kind of want to know how everybody's watching me right now. I saw somebody say they was watching me on their TV. So if you're watching me on TV, take a picture of your TV and at me on Twitter or tag me on Facebook or something like that so I can see how you watching me. Or if you watching
usually with everything.
Or
TV, phone, or computer.
Or if you watch on the laptop, take a picture on the laptop. I think I'm gonna make a collage of some sorts. I'm gonna figure out how to do something special and turn this into something nice. So everybody, whatever y'all doing in the chat box, whatever, if y'all watching me on TV or laptop, just take a picture of your TV or your laptop of y'all watching me on TV or laptop, and just tweet it to me, and we'll go from there. Make me a collage. Go ahead and say what y'all saying.
That'd be a nice collage.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this because y'all bogart my phone. Cardinal fan, what up?
Hey, man.
Who the hell screaming at your house? Who the hell you kidnapping, man?
Vach,
what's up, bro?
First of all, everybody watching, go to the Patreon.
Damn.
For less than a bag of almond M&Ms.
Wow.
Please, $1 a month.
Wow.
Quality content.
Wow.
But I had a question for you. I'm curious to up my knowledge game a little bit more about this supplemental draft. Sure. What's the scoop with the supplemental draft? Why does someone enter that, and is there really any talent to be found there?
So if Vach Lombardi was supposed to be a first overall pick, I say cool. I'm gonna be a first overall pick, but it turns out I was weed guy, gun under the seat guy, and didn't pass my classes guy.
So you were cool as hell.
Right. So what happens?
Yeah, I
is,
was just gonna say.
So then I get a phone call from the police, and they said, "Hey man, somebody assassinated your classmate, and we need to bring you in for questioning, and you're gonna have to miss the draft." Damn. I'm going to have to miss the draft. So now I can choose to either get drafted next year or I can go into the supplemental draft. Now what happens in the supplemental draft is I'm the Cleveland Browns, first overall pick. I can choose to spend my 2019 first round pick on this player or I can pass. Then the second team goes all the way to the 32nd team. So the first team that risks a next year's pick takes Vach Lombardi in the supplemental draft. A lot of times,
that's how it works.
So a lot of times people don't get drafted, but a lot of times people wait all the way to the 7th round, and the first team in the 7th round normally gets whoever's left over supplemental draft.
I was wondering that too when he said that. I was like,
So Lael Collins could have gone into the supplemental draft. However, he chose to take a free agency route, and he ended up with the Cowboys. So
Josh Gordon, though, Josh Gordon is the biggest.
Josh Gordon is the biggest supplemental talent. Yeah,
Bernie Kosar, actually, I would say.
Josh Gordon is better than Bernie Kosar. Time out, y'all. Time out. I'm about to mute y'all. I just muted y'all. Because whatever y'all saying ain't important. Because Brianna loved me so much, she just dropped 25 in the super chat. Way better than the rest of y'all. Brianna, thank you so much, sweetie. I can't wait to get back to Dallas. I'm buying you peach cobbler. I told you I was going to do it. I mean it. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Salute. Can't do it without you. Thank you for your service. I guess y'all can finish saying whatever the hell y'all was saying, which is way less important than what Brianna was saying. But I guess y'all can finish talking. What y'all saying? Josh Gordon is better than Bernie Kosar? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Josh Gordon in that one season with the Browns in 13 games with the Browns at the lowest point almost.
Drake, don't start that, man. Drake, don't. Come on, man. Stop it. Drake, come on, man, please.
I say, when was the last time the Browns had a franchise quarterback for a decade that got to the back-to-back AFC championships?
Dallas, come on, man. Dallas, please. Dallas.
I don't know nothing about the supplemental, so I'm staying out of this.
Well, Cardinal fan, yeah, that's how supplemental draft works. I don't know if anybody's going to be good enough to be supplementally drafted this year, so I think they're going to go all the way through the 7th round, then they're going to become undrafted free agents, so then teams can get them for free. And that happens a lot with a lot of these players. Teams say, I'm not risking a 7th round pick. He'll just come to our team for free, and the player will pick or whatever, so. That's how this works.
Thank you for the knowledge.
1,600
yards. Insight. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you do. Everybody drop some dollars in there so we can get some more content. Help this man out. Reach his dreams. Thank you very much, Vach. Appreciate you.
Salute to you, Cardinal fan. Peasky, Whiskey. Trick Shot. What's happening, bro? Dropping the deuce in the super chat, supporting the nation. Appreciate you, bro. I'm humble. Trick Shot. Me and Trick Shot just had a real conversation in the chat box right there. I speak his language. And before I jump into that, I'm going to bring Keon back on the phone. Keon, what the hell you on, man?
I was actually going to speak on Jameis Winston, but you guys seem to go on past that.
Man, Keon, you have contributed to my Super Chat and Patreon, man. You can do what the hell you want up in here. Go ahead, man. Talk about James.
All right. Well, it's like this for him. He's going to end up playing 13 games. He's going to start, and he's basically playing for a place in the NFL. Actually, I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. I think very few people would pick him up if we don't re-sign him. No. Like, these allegations, it's tough because after this, he would have to get big money for. I don't see, like, the thing is with the Buccaneers, we have never re-signed a quarterback. like we've never re-signed a quarterback that we've gotten after our 5-year deals with them. It's not happened before, and this incident gives credence to that not happening again, because he's also not produced as much as people wanted to. I think he's great, and I think it's not all his fault, but the way that the media is going to push what he looks like and his overall play, and the fact that I don't think that...
So you're a Buccaneers fan?
Yes, and I love James Winston.
So you watched that Patriots game last year?
Damn.
I wasn't able to see the game, but I know exactly what happened.
Damn.
And I know it's not his fault, but this is the thing.
Explain it, man. Explain it, Keon. Damn.
The thing is, the court of public opinion and the fact that we're going to have a tough year this year, I think, because of this suspension, is going to outweigh his play, unfortunately. I would like for them to re-sign him, but I don't think the fans or Jason Light or the Glazers are going to be quite as forgiving as
they will after he goes crazy because it's contract season and he's got a new running back and a ton of developing passing weapons.
I would hope so too, because they've been working on him throughout the offseason to get him on, keep him on time with Deshaun Jackson. We have Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard as our tight ends.
Godwin.
Yes, Chris Godwin is coming up, and he's looking like he's going to be on fire.
Godwin needs to play over Jackson.
I think that Chris Godwin will be our number 3, and Jackson will be our number 2, and Evans will be our number 1.
So how about this, fellas? How about this? Since let me just say this: since Brianna's so amazing, she's a Falcons fan. Can you put into perspective what the South is going to look like this year? Because I think it's going to be super competitive. But from a Broncos perspective, and everybody can kind of touch in on the entire division. Give me an idea about what the South is going to look like.
It is going to be a bloodbath.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is going to be like what the NFC North used to be, like way back in the day. This is going to be the new black and blue division. Like the NFC North used to be known as the black and blue division. Nah, this year that's going to be the South this year. The North right now is going to be who's going to win this division.
Yeah, okay.
Right. The thing is, we have good lines. We did a lot of work on our defensive line, but there's that. We also got several key additions to our secondary. So we're looking to see how that, along with the return of Quan Alexander and Levante David, means for our defense overall. And I'm sorry, but I really like Vita Vea or Tevita Tulia Kionu Tui Peloto Mosete Bahaya Fahoko Val Vea.
He speak that goddamn language, man. He speak that damn language. Say it again. Say it, just in case they didn't know. He wasn't mumbling. He was
your tongue.
He was speaking that tongue and shit. Say it again, Keon. Say it again.
His name is Tevita Tuliakiono Tui Peloto Mosete Bahaya Fahoko Falatal Vea.
Is that on Wikipedia? How you know that? Where they say that at?
It's on Twitter. Like, he has it posted up there, and I was just like, nope, I'm going to listen to him speak it, and then I'm going to practice. So I know it.
Nobody know what that means. Shit.
No, that's his name.
Que pasa, amigo?
That's his full name.
Que pasa, amigo? Don't nobody know what that means.
But going around the NFC South, you have the Falcons with Isaiah Oliver, Desmond Trufant, and then on the other side of the ball,
I love
Julio
when
Jones.
Falcons fans try to defend their corners, so that before they picked up Oliver, and this will piss Lieutenant Dan off if he's still listening. But I love when people be like, "Nah, Robert Alford and Brian Poole are the shit. They're so good."
Shouts out to Brian Poole.
I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
Going over to the Panthers, Cam Newton is the dude. I wish that he was on my team, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. They still got Luke. They still have Kuechly over there. it's going to be quite a fight to see who's even going. Like, even the people like the Saints, but I think they really did screw up on this draft. I think that I know I like Marcus Davenport, but I would not have given up a next year's pick for him.
Well, I guess they feel like this is their year, man. They must feel like this.
Yeah.
They probably think they're going to win it.
But he's a project. He's not going to.
I mean, my choices are always wrong, but I feel like the Saints might have been one busted play away from winning it last year. I mean, I think
they were. They basically were one busted play. Basically, they were just trying to run out the clock. That's why, if I remember right, Williams didn't. Because the thing was, is he
Williams didn't want to put them in field goal position with his
exactly. He didn't want to put him in field goal position and get the guy out of bounds. He was trying to basically keep him in bounds with a tackle instead of putting him within field goal range and with time still on the clock.
And Williams and Lattimore should both be better this year.
Oh, also, I really, really like Traquan Smith, the wide receiver they got from Central UCF.
Brianna say, don't be saying nothing bad about the Falcons. Y'all hold on now, and I'm with her. Y'all shut y'all goof ass up. What the boy name? Rodney Poole, Jeffrey Poole, Jason. What his name is? What the corner name? What's it? Who? What's his name? What's his name? Drake.
Robert Alford and Brian Poole.
I love Robert Alford and Brian. I love Robert Alford and Brian Poole. Y'all better cut that. Y'all better cut that shit out. What the hell wrong with y'all?
They're the best corners. They're the best corners in the league.
You're telling me if Desmond Trufant gets hurt before the playoffs, like he did when they lost the Super Bowl, and they're left with Alford and Poole as their starting outside corners, you're still cool with that? Those guys are still.
Yeah, they'll be all pro this year.
Hell yeah, they going shit. They going. That's three Pro Bowl corners.
Man, I told
plus Isaiah Oliver. That's 4 Pro Bowl corner. What the hell, y'all? Boy, y'all see. Look, this the problem. Y'all, see, this the problem, man. Y'all not watching the film. That's y'all problem. Y'all going based on these highlights, and y'all read what the damn peanut gallery got to say. See, y'all don't know real football. See, Brian Poole's amazing.
Well, PFF said, man.
I love PFF and Brett Coleman and
I don't need
Brian
Poole. I got sharks.
Say something about the PFF. Like, I looked at that and then it says that Quan Alexander is an average linebacker, and I'm like, didn't he make the Pro Bowl? What are you talking about?
Brian Poole's better than Quan Alexander. Shit, what position Brian Poole play?
I got beef with PFF right now because they don't have C.J. Mosley as one of their top 5 linebackers. And if any one of you want to debate me that C.J. Mosley isn't a top 5 linebacker, be my guest.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, is he better than Sean Lee?
Yeah.
You a goddamn lie, Dre. Don't start. I'm about to hang up on Dre. All right, dog. It was.
Bye, Drake. Bye, Drake.
It was nice having you, Drake. You got some plugs you want to get out before I hang up on you?
How could Sean Lee be better than C.J. Mosley if Sean Lee's not on the field?
All right, holla at you, Drake. Salute. 22,000. Anybody else got something they want to say?
My early predictions are always wrong, but my way too early Super Bowl prediction is the Saints over the Chargers.
Austin Egan says, Vach, do you think Brett Coleman doesn't do his own homework? I said that.
Brett Coleman don't.
I said that.
I'll say it. He don't. I'll say it for you. He don't.
Where you get that from, Steve?
I just got a feeling. I just got that intuition.
I ain't say that shit.
I don't got it on paper. I didn't say you said it. I'll say it. I'll say it.
I don't know.
Come at me.
I don't know, man. I don't really know nothing about the guy. But I mean, I go based on what I see on the screen, and I think he does a pretty good. Go ahead.
The thing with Brett Coleman was that he was saying how one year I saw him when Pernell McPhee came to the Bears, and he was saying, "Oh, this is the answer to the Bears' problems. This is the guy that's going to do wonders for the Bears," and blah 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 blah. This that and I'm like, okay, he did one good year, sure. He had, I think it was like 7 or 8 sacks. Okay. After that, he didn't do nothing, and he was constantly injured and could never be on the field to get any more damn sacks. So he didn't really change nothing for us here.
Yeah.
He didn't set no tone either. because he was never on the damn field, so he couldn't set no tone. Because that's all I heard through various Bears channels is, oh, Pernell McPhee is going to set the edge for the entire Bears. Oh, he's this type of player. Da-da-da. That never really transpired, it seemed like.
Hey, man, I don't have the answers. Brett Coleman is he's a pillar in our community, and he got way more subs than me. But I'm gonna catch him though, because I'm just that type of competitor. I'm gonna catch him.
You'll surpass him this year. You're gonna surpass him this year. I put money on that.
Hey man, we'll
I
see.
am a gambling man, and I'll say that.
Hey, we'll see. Let's run it for the cardio. But hey, man, we had an amazing show. It was dope. Everybody that came through is top tier. Steven Benzick is top tier. Who else on this phone? Cool Ass Drake is top tier. Dallas, G from Miami, Keon. What up, Keon?
What's up?
Oh, somebody called me. Who called me?
Yo, Vosh.
What's up?
Vosh.
What's up, G?
Yeah. Yo, you said on Twitter the other day you was gonna look into like breaking down like top high school prospects on like these camps and stuff like that.
I looked up one of the camp videos, but it had a funky little angle on it. I mean, I'll try to do it like in a live stream or something like that, just so it ain't got to be professional. I'll just wing it or whatever.
Yeah,
but it had a funky little angle.
Yeah, I think it's actually a cool idea. I think like for like four stars, 5 stars, like the top players.
Yeah,
I think.
And
or like same thing with the quarterbacks, because like they got a bunch of dudes like Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence that's gonna like make big noise next college football season. So like,
and then
basically
then what made me think about it, like I found this one video from a camp in 2015, and Rashawn Gary and Ed Oliver was there. So I was like, okay, it may be interesting to take a look at these high school players as they're, at these draft prospects at these high school camps. And
there's one battle. Sorry for cutting you off, but there's one battle right where it's a 4-star offensive lineman named Evan Neal. Check him out. He's like 6'7", 360, 370. He sounds fat, but he has nimble feet. Like he has ballerina feet. He's quick, and they call him the Wall. And then he went against the number one prospect in the nation, the whole entire number one prospect, which was a defensive end from California named Kayvon Theobald.
Oh yeah,
and that man just dropped Kayvon on the ground. He just dropped him.
I saw that.
Tough battle.
I saw that. Austin Egan said, Vosh, do you think you'll do any college football talk this season? Absolutely. And not just the prospects, but actual like college football stuff that goes on. 100%. I'll do some stuff if it works or whatever. But thanks for everybody calling in. I want the callers to hang around for a second. Thanks everybody for calling in. Thanks for all the super chats. Steven Benzick, Coach Evans, April Stanton, the homeboy B Wee, Bobby J. Johnson, Andrew Bailey, Brianna, hey Brianna, Brianna, and the homie Trick Shot. Hey man, thanks everybody for coming through. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to take a picture of Vash Lombardo on their TV and tweet me so I can show my mama. Should be proud. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey, man. Salute.